I'm not a morning person.
Dedicated to being passionate about it.
Bodybuilders have become more lazy.
People have always thought I lift fake weights in Iran and the United States.
You take responsibility for that.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for being in a Bigorexia film. You were a great addition to the cast.
For sure.
You know, it's interesting because Tony Hughes, he told me that you should definitely be in the film because we started making that film, you know, before you joined the cast.
Oh, okay.
And we were filming it, and then we were looking for, you know, more interesting characters, you know. And when Tony was telling me Craig Golias got to be in this film, and then, you know, we got a chance to talk about it, and it was just like, this guy is perfect for it, you know what I mean? And it's interesting because every character in the film brings a different dimension and different level of, you know, bigorexia, you know what I'm saying? But you're very interesting because you are the guy that's basically managing it perfectly, you know what I'm saying? And you making it part of your lifestyle. But I appreciate you being in the film, man.
Yeah, for sure. I wish you guys would come do a tour, man. The house doesn't even look the same anymore. It's like night and day. It's probably like 90% different.
I know. Congratulations on the house, man.
Yeah, thanks. I honestly started working on it probably a couple weeks after we filmed, and I'm just about to finish it now. So you can see how long it took. It's unbelievable. It took almost a year to my house. Yeah, it's crazy.
I love seeing you on social media, man. You're a really entertaining guy.
Thanks, man. Yeah, you know, that's just kind of, you know, how that kind of came about. Is I've always been like kind of like the class clown, you know, and then, you know, I kind of just started getting big and never really changed, you know.
But it's crazy because like one of the funniest things you do is you come up to people like in a supermarket or something, and you say, hey, you want to get huge, or like you throw something in that cart. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's yeah. I've been having to chill out on that because of Corona. You know, I don't want to freak out, like, but yeah, you know, I used to do a lot of that way more back in the day, you know, before I started getting more of a following. I was really known for that, you know, in 2015 and 16 and 17. That's when I was going hard with that, you know, when I wasn't as, you know, back when I only had like 100,000 followers, and now I'm pushing 5, you know, and I wish I need to probably start getting back to doing that, you know, just kind of get mature. You know how that is, you know, I'm 36 now, so, you know what I mean, like, been maturing more. I bought a house, you know, just kind of. But, you know, I still try to keep it goofy as much as possible, you know? I like to make people.
I was going to ask you, what happens after, like, because obviously whatever you put on social media, you don't see what happens after, right? So let's say when you approach them, when you say that, and then they go, oh, and then what happens afterwards? Did you kind of like talk to them like it's all good, it's just a prank, you know?
Yeah, no. What I do is I just say, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were this person, or I thought you're my neighbor, or whatever. I always say something to make them not feel to make them feel more comfortable, so they don't think I'm on drugs, you know? So yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were my neighbor, or oh, I thought you were my grandpa, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I always do something to make it not so odd, you know.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I want to get to know you a little bit as a competitive bodybuilder, right? You used to compete, correct? You were an NPC once upon a time.
Yeah, I competed 2007 to 2013. I did 9 shows.
And did you lose interest of pursuing it further?
I was just getting. Oh, I'm sorry, I had to ignore that. What did you say? I got a call. What did you say?
Did you lose interest in being a competitive bodybuilder?
Yes, I did. I did, absolutely.
Interesting. Why is that?
Is there a way to shut your phone off, like when you're on Skype? It's blowing up. I'm trying to ignore. Anyways, I haven't been on Skype in years, man. I'm sorry.
No,
but yeah. So what happened was, you know, 2007. You know, I did my first bulk ever. I got to like 285 at age 23, fairly lean. And everyone's like, damn, are you like a pro or are you a competitor? I'm like, no, you know, I'm just like, not at all. And they're like, you should do a show. I'm like, okay, fuck it, you know. So this girl at the gym showed me the California. Jay Cutler was guest posing. And I'm like, I'm going to do this show. You know, I'm going to try it out. And I did the show and won my class, even with titties, which sucked. You know, that happened out of nowhere because it was the first time I ever got lean. So kind of just appeared closer to the show. And, you know, I still won. And I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. You know, this is fun. I love it. You know, and I just kept on going from there. And then next year, I did right after that, I did the Muscle Beach Classic. I got second. You know, lost to some dude that's been looking like he's been competing for 20 years. So I'll take it, you know. But, yeah, I just kept on going. And then I did USA's in 2009. Conditioning was great, you know. I think I was around like 245 on stage. They said I needed to be bigger. So the next year I came back, it was like 276. You need to be more shredded. So after that, I was just like, fuck this shit, you know, like I'm just like, I can't get it down. And then I did a comeback in like 13, won my class in LA, and then USA time came and I did all these photo shoots. And I was just like, you know what? I don't even need to do this. It's not like I'm going to win. So, it, you know, so I just dropped out of the USAs in that year. And that was the last time I competed.
So how did you figure out how to make money in the industry without being a competitive bodybuilder? How, did you see that vision that you can actually, you know, make an income without being on stage?
Yeah, that I wouldn't say I didn't really start making money till like I'd say like 2018, but this year was like another level. This year was really good for me, and it's just really the online coaching, man. You know, 500,000 followers. You know, like a lot of people, you know, they see how big I am. They're like, damn, this dude knows what the hell he's doing. Look at these almost 360 pounds of abs. You know, he knows how to get huge. So that kind of saved me with that. You know, and then also the conditioning. I got a lot of people that want to get shredded too. You know, I've been shredded, as you can see. So, you know, I get a lot of that too, and I keep my prices very reasonable. So, you know, that's how I really started, you know, really doing good this year and last year and this year, is with the online coaching business. It's, you know, I highly recommend anyone to get into that, you know, because there's always people wanting to learn knowledge. You know, I wish they would have had that back when I first started working out. I didn't know shit. You know, when I lived in Cleveland and nobody bodybuilded and I didn't know what to do. I just kept on eating everything in sight, praying I just get more bigger and shredded, you know? So, you know, hiring somebody, whether it's me or anybody, you know, is always a very good idea.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you because a lot of times, you know, aspiring bodybuilders watch our channel, you know, and they're trying to navigate through like how to get the right coach, who to follow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what is the rule? Like, what is suggestions of how to hire the right coach? Because there's so many people that just take your money and don't really teach you anything, you know, or they give you something crazy, you know.
One thing I've noticed from hearing people complaining, when the prices are too low, it's too good to be true. Be careful. Be careful. If something is like, you know, 50 to $100, it's a plan that's just probably copy and pasted, you know, or somebody working for somebody. You know, you got to understand, somebody with a huge following is not going to sit there selling plans like that, you know, for that much money. It's just not worth their time. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of like investigate a little bit, you know. That's what I would do for sure.
So you offer like one-on-one time with the clients?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I talk to my clients daily. Every freaking day I talk to them. There are people, you know, like with the lower budgets, you know, I'll get clients saying, oh, they hit me up every 3 to 5 days. I'm like, that's not how it's supposed to work. I mean, for that price, you know, absolutely agree. They should be hitting you up every 3 to 5 days. I mean, if you're paying $100 a month for coaching, I mean, I would too, you know, just being realistic. But, you know, yeah, just you get what you pay for. We all know that. If you go get a 99-cent burger, you know, you're getting a piece of shit. You know, if you go spend $7.99 on the burger, you're getting higher quality, you know. So that's kind of how it works, you know.
For sure. Now, you mentioned before that growing up, you were not into bodybuilding at all, right? You were just a regular kid. You were into kind of music, right? You were just living your life. Now, when you got huge, your childhood friends, did they kind of like, were they confused as to what happened to you? That they were like, why are you so huge all of a sudden?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I started putting on muscle super fast, and before I knew it, I was in the gym surpassing the jocks, and they're just like, Craig, what are you doing, bro? I'm like, cell tech, muscle tech, couple meals a day. You know, I don't know what it was. It was genetically my body wanted to grow. You know, I just walked in the gym, and you know, the weight and muscle started happening so fast. You know, but I was really obsessive with the working out really fast. So my first real job, you know, like was at a gym. You know, not my first real job. My first job was a car wash, and then I went to Burger King, then I went to pizza. But I meant like my first real job out of high school was at a gym. And I remember I was so obsessed, like right when I first started working out, I became so obsessed. I remember I'd like literally go in the bathroom. I remember I'd lock the door and I'd like bring in one of those floor mats and I do crunches like for like 30 minutes. It's so ridiculous. Like, and I kept on getting yelled at for working out while on the clock. Like, Craig, what are you doing? I'm like, I just became so obsessed with training. You know, I just always wanted to do it, you know, like, and then that's how I eventually got fired because they just had to tell me so many times, Craig, you got to stop doing that, you know? And then after that, you know, I was out of a job and then I was sneaking into gyms. I was sneaking into gyms in Cleveland, like just literally like running through them. Like, it was like, I became so obsessed you know, like with the working out. Like, and I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't do legs. I didn't do shoulders. It was just mostly arms and like back, maybe a little chest. Like, that's about it, man. It was crazy.
Did being huge give you a different level of confidence?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when I started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, you know, it did boost my self-esteem because, you know, when I was younger, I had very low self-esteem. I'm pretty sure people can see that, you know. I didn't like the way I looked. I had really long hair. I was a toothpick. You can see my before and afters. I just wasn't, you know, I just didn't really look good. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but, you know, yeah, it did boost my confidence a lot once I started putting on crazy muscle, you know, made me feel good about myself.
Is it true you were stripping at one point?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I always told people, you know, when I was younger, I became homeless at 19. Right out of high school, I got a condo with 2 other buddies, and they just couldn't afford it. And they all went back home to their moms, and it left me stranded. So I became homeless, and like after like 3 weeks of it, I'm just like, this isn't for me. Like, I don't want to live my life like this. Like, I went to a nice school, you know, like I'm smart, you know, I don't need to be living like this. And I remember waking up out of my car, parked on a street somewhere in Cleveland. I just said, today I'm going to wake up, I'm going to get 3 jobs, not 1, not 2. I'm going to get 3 jobs. And I'm going to be a slave to the game, and I'm just going to make money and never feel like this again, like a worthless piece of. And that day, I literally got 3 jobs. I called my buddy. He got me into working for Pepsi part-time, 30 hours a week. I got a bouncing job 3 nights a week, and then I male stripping job for a buddy in the gym 1 day a week. So it was awesome, man. I just felt like a new person. Before I knew it, I had my own 2-bedroom condo. I had a Mustang convertible. I'm putting money away. I'm like, okay, this is awesome. I'm getting better gains in the gym. I'm buying supplements. You know, like by supplements, I mean creatine, protein powder, you know, stuff like that. Even though people thought I was juicing, they're like, Craig, what stack you on? I'm like, I'm on that awesome protein, the Synthol 6 or whatever it was back then, or, you know, I'm like, oh, well, what gear? I'm like, oh, I got the good creatine. I take a Monster energy drink before I train. They're like, okay, dude, whatever, bro. You know, it was funny. No one believed me.
So how was the stripping job exactly? Like, what, you know, was it difficult? Like, did you have to learn a lot of? I mean, I can't imagine. Like, what was it like?
Oh, it was easy, man. It was just Saturday nights. You know, I mean, I pretty much just like flexed on the girls, and they just like threw money in my underwear. It was nothing crazy. I didn't like dance like, you know, Kai Green or whatever. You know what I mean? I just like let them touch my chest and my biceps, and they just threw money in my underwear. That's all it was for a couple hours.
Yeah, but it's you know, it's something actually like quite a few bodybuilders did that actually. That I talked to, some on the record, some off the record, but a lot of the guys did that actually.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I thought that was very rare.
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, not like a majority, I would say, but definitely a few prominent ones did it.
Yeah.
So what about did you ever think about coming back to not professional, but competitive bodybuilding?
No, not at all. No, I haven't. I don't appeal to that look anymore. You know, I don't really look at the Olympia and go, holy cow, like I used to. I look at like just getting like the mass monster look. You know what I mean? Just getting as huge as possible. But when I say getting as huge as possible, you know, I'm also a big believer in keeping the waist tight, no bubble gut. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's getting huge aesthetically and then getting huge like kind of sloppy, you know. And I try to get as big as possible aesthetically. You know, keep the waist as tight as possible, no bubble gut. You know, I don't take slender growth. I don't overeat. So I highly don't think you'll ever see that on me, you know, unless I started going that route.
Right. What is the secret to getting huge but not fat? Because I feel like, you know, a lot of people think it's about bulking up and then shredding, you know what I'm saying? But you huge, like, you know, but you're not like stage ready, but you still not fat, you know what I'm saying?
I keep abdominals intact. That's always my thing. Once I see abs getting sloppy, then I just chill. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's a big thing is genetics. Absolutely, genetics is a big thing. I have friends that are like shredded to and they eat junk food all day. It's kind of like that, but with mass, getting bigger. I don't eat a lot of food. People think I eat like 10,000 calories a day. I eat 4 meals a day, man. Yeah, 4 meals a day. If I'm really trying to like get huge, which I wanted to put out there, once I'm healed, I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna aim for another level again. Just to do it, man. You know what I mean? Just to freak people out, man. I mean, 355 is crazy, but I'm pretty sure I can hit 370, 375 even, and have just as small as a waist. and just freaked. I don't think anyone's ever done that before, man. So that's what I'm
how
gonna
do you get so huge? But because on social media, I thought you'd be eating way more because you post a lot of food stuff. You know.
Yeah, I mean, but go through my story and see how many times I post food. 3 to 4 times. There's no more than that, you know. So count it. Next time I do my meals, you won't see any more than 3 to 4 meals. I I might go 5 to 6 this time around once I start trying to get huge again. But like I said, if I see the stomach getting too big, I'll just chill out.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean? But,
So how do you get so huge just to four meals? Like, that's crazy. It's just you.
genetic, man. I think it's a genetic thing, bro, for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do throw a couple shakes in too. A post-workout shake, a shake before bed. But like I said, I'm thinking about pushing that up a little bit. Once it's go time, once my body is 100% recovered. I haven't really been in the gym. I haven't had a hardcore gym workout in 6 weeks, brother. 6 weeks. Yeah, that's unbelievable. I'm going to the gym. I'm just doing light, like if I bench, I'm doing 1 plate. It's crazy. If I do arms, I'm training mostly my left arm. My right arm's jacked. It's crazy, but I could go hard on legs, so my legs are staying huge. But I'm feeling better and better and better. It's just kind of, I'm pretty sure it's just like some type of nerve damage I did when I was shrugging a couple months ago. But I'm just doing my time, and then once I'm healed, my body's gonna feel good, and it's just time to blow up again. I'm really excited, man. I'm hoping to freak some people out again.
I'm sure you will. What did you take on cardio? Do you do a lot of cardio?
Do any cardio? Zero.
Any cardio at all?
Does sex count?
No. I mean like cardio, like on a treadmill or running or whatever. You know what I mean?
No, zero. No
That's
cardio.
crazy. And you still have abs like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And my waist is pretty small too. Like I said, for 350 to 360 pounds, I consider my waist very small. People will say, "Oh, he's not aesthetic." I'm like, show me a guy that looks like that has a waist like that weight. You won't. So I mean, that's the thing I feel like people need to give me credit on. Whether they like my look or not. Some people might look and like, "Oh, that's just a bunch of shit," or whatever. It's just not. But you got to give me credit for that. That's why I really feel like I hold a lot of value, is keeping as big as possible with the smaller waist. Even Piana told me that, dude. He's like, dude, it's incredible how you do that.
No, it's incredible. Speaking of Piana, you knew Rich, right? You met him before?
Yeah, I was with Rich literally a week before he passed. We met up in Vegas. We had dinner. We talked for like 3 hours, and he said he wanted to do a viral video with me called "Monsters Exist," and he said he wanted to blow away the Hearn one, which I feel like that'd be impossible because that video's got crazy views. But I was all for it, man. I said, give me 2 months to prepare for this shit, because I was huge, but I wanted to be huge and shredded, because he's fucking shredded. I don't want to look like a blimp next to him. So I said, let me prepare for it. That's something to prepare for, like a viral video, not a state. For me, what am I gonna get preparing for a show? A trophy? Oh well, you won the cow, bro. Good job. Then I go get smashed at USA's, because I am 6'3", so I need to be like 300 on stage, bro. So to me, when you're taller, it's just a harder sport. I think bodybuilding is a short man sport. Look at all the craziest freaks. They're all like 5'7" to 5'10", because they have smaller arms, smaller legs, smaller muscle belly.
Paul Dillette was incredible. Paul Dillette from the...
He's my favorite bodybuilder. Paul Dillette is my favorite bodybuilder, one of my favorite bodybuilders of all time. He somehow managed at 6'2" to pull that freaky little waist, massive arm and leg look. And I honestly think he was underrated as shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to sit down, go to Starbucks or something with him and just like pick his brain, man, because we're about the same height, and I feel like if I shredded down, we'd have a pretty similar physique, like not 100%, but you know what I mean? Like as far as like the smaller waist, the big chest and arms.
The only other two guys come to mind when it comes to being tall is, well, in my opinion, is Dennis Wolf and Tony Freeman. Tony
Freeman is a friend of mine. We were just texting the other day. He's another underrated guy. I told him this, and he was just like, it was so cool. I'll never forget it. He left me a Facebook message, and he's like, it was a video of me like flexing or something. He's like, dude, that's just unreal. And I'm like, wow. One of my idols from back in the day telling me I looked unreal. This is so amazing, And then we started texting, and I was actually supposed to be his training partner for his last Olympia. He was supposed to move to come to Vegas for that, but it never happened. But that would have been fucking epic to see that. Yeah, he's another super underrated bodybuilder, Tony Freeman.
So Rich Piana, right, obviously passed away. He was doing a size game, right? When he passed away, were you concerned for your health at all? And are you concerned for your health now? Because obviously you're huge. You know, obviously, you know, you might be healthy and everything is great, but are you at all thinking about that?
Um, I don't really get too worried because I don't abuse the shit. I don't eat a crazy amount of food. People would be super surprised at how little I do for how big I am. And when I hear people hating, trust me, I'm not mad. I'd be doing the same thing. You know, I can't get mad at people. I post pictures of me when saying natural and they get mad. Why are you fucking lying, dude? You're a liar. Oh, okay. And you know what? Whatever. I don't need to lie about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not claiming that I'm 350 natural. I'm claiming that I was 230, 225 natural, you know? So if you can't believe that at that little weight, then I don't know what to tell you, but you know, I get it. You know, I mean, I'm not going to get mad at the people for hating or I don't even want to say hating. It's not really hating, but just like calling me a liar. You know, I mean, I'm sure Michael Hearn gets it like crazy, probably way more than me. You know, so I get it, but yeah.
But I mean, as far as, because obviously, you know, as you're getting older, what is your plan, like, let's say for the future, next 10 years? Do you plan to get smaller? Do you plan to maintain the size? You know what I mean? How do you see yourself in the next 10 years, let's say?
Yeah, you know, that's a good question. You know, I'm in my mid 30s right now, so I was thinking maybe mid 40s. I'd chill and maybe do the Jay Cutler look, just come down in size, but stay like super shredded and eat a couple meals a day and just focus on work. You know, but as of right now, I just love being massive, man. It's just kind of my thing. You know, I couldn't imagine just like shrinking down right now. I've been over 300 pounds since 2009 or 2010 is when I first hit the 300 plus game. So it's already been 10, 11 years since I've been, you know, over that weight. So I do know that, you know, it's unhealthy to stay that weight for so long, but I feel fine, man. You know, I haven't had any health scares. Just this one incident recently. That's it.
Well, that was working out. That was a short
Yeah,
incident.
I've never been injured since 2003. Never been injured working out. First time ever, man. It's weird. It's very weird being out of the gym.
I hear you. Well, I hope you get better ASAP.
Yeah.
Have you ever been out angled by anybody in the picture?
Honestly, no. No. There's a guy in the gym he's a big dude. He's like 7 foot. He's like 6'8", and I out angled him. It was hard, but I did it. And actually, the picture made Men's Health magazine. They posted that picture in Men's Health. I was like, what the? Why is it in Men's Health? I thought that was funny.
That's crazy, man. But have people come up to you in the street to try to take a picture with you and try to out angle you ever, like big guys?
Yeah, all the time. I went to Cleveland recently, where I'm from, for my sister's wedding, and I went to a gym, and I just couldn't believe how many out angling pics I had to take. I honestly, I know it's kind of cheesy. I counted. It was 16 different people wanted pics with me in one day. I thought that was so cool, and just out angling they're all kids, like they're all like 17 to like 25, you know. So I'm just sitting there like crazy, you know. But I think what it was is they were like, why the is Craig Golias in this gym? And then, you know, once I told them, yeah, I grew up around the corner, like, oh, no shit, you know. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, you know, I'm starting to get a lot more notice, and I like it. You know, it makes me feel good.
No, for sure, man. How do you feel about synthol users? People that use synthol to enhance body parts, or sometimes just create muscles from synthol.
Cheating. I think it's cheating.
Even if you just enhance it a little, like, I mean, there's different levels to it, right? I mean, there's some just
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, no, I get what you're saying. A lot of pros used it, you know, and came, you know, admitted to it. I didn't think there was anything really wrong with that, as long as it looked like muscle. But like when you're abusing it, it just looks like a big blob. I mean, come on, guys, this is bodybuilding. You know, this isn't having the biggest bloated arms ever. You know, don't you want that horseshoe tricep? Don't you want that peak? You know, like I don't get it. Like when you start fucking with, you know, your arms shape, it's not bodybuilding anymore. Now you're just being a freak, like, and not in a good way. You know.
well, sometimes people just want to be huge without doing the work, right? Or you know.
Do the work. Stop being lazy. Do the work.
Well, when it comes to the pros using, I think it's more like let's say genetically they can't have a peak, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get you saying, like, when you see pros with weak arms and you know they're busting their ass, then you know what I mean, maybe a little bit. I don't know, like, but if that's what it comes down to. But if you're just like a dude in the gym trying to get big, you know, just do the work. You know,
Absolutely. Is that true?
if there's this maybe, but you know, as long as it doesn't fuck up that shape, you know, like this is bodybuilding at the end of the day, you know.
No, for sure. Is it true that you came close to being in WWE a while ago?
Yeah. Yes. WWE offered me. They wanted me, back in 2000 and I want to say 2006 or 2007. I'm pretty sure it was 2006. I might have still been natural too, if not my first cycle ever. No. Actually, yeah. I think it might have been on my first cycle. I don't really remember, but yeah, they flew me out to Kentucky, where John Cena and all them trained, and they brought me there for a week. They trained me, and then they offered me, to stay. And I just was not about that, man. I really wanted to be a bodybuilder. Compete, like I wanted to, I just moved to Cali, so why the fuck would I just move to Cali and then move to Kentucky again? Like that makes no sense to me. I was young, I think I was like 22, 21 or 22. And I'm just like, no, dude, I'm not trying to move back to Kentucky. I want to stay in California where it's beautiful, and it's very motivating, for bodybuilding.
Sure. But now you probably go if they reach out, right? Because now you're even bigger than ever.
Yeah, WWE just isn't my thing, man. I really don't care what the contract was. I do fine right now, just living my life. Like I'm happy, dude. I don't need that. I would not be interested at all in WWE.
What is your typical day like? What time do you wake up? What time? Like, what are you same like regimented daily, or do you pretty much?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a night owl for all those who know me. I go to bed really late. I go to bed between 4 and 5 a.m. Just how my body is. So while you guys are sleeping, I'm eating. No, I'm joking, but just wake up around 10, eat around 11, relax, go on Instagram, try to, promote sales, work, talk to people, relax, hang out by my pool a little bit. I don't know if you see my pool. I have a really nice pool. Eat my pre-workout meal around maybe like 3:30, 4:30. Relax again, do the same thing, just chill, go to the gym, crush it. Not right now because I'm injured, but I still go to the gym and do what I can. I eat again. Usually I eat out, I'll go eat somewhere out because I just can't eat every meal at home. Come back home, then take it from there, just maybe relax, watch movies, hang out, hit up some ladies, whatever.
I hear you. What is your take on diet exactly? Do you have a regimented diet, or do you? Because I know sometimes I see you eating like just random stuff, like a hamburger, or what I mean. Like what? Do you count the macros and everything?
Yes, I count macros. Yeah. So everything's different. It all depends if I'm trying to get big, maintain, lean out. Right now, I'm just chilling. I'm not trying to grow, as you can see. I'm injured right now, so I'm not trying to push the crazy calories, or I'm not even really running anything. Just relaxing. But like once I'm ready, oh man, it's go time, bro. Then I'm gonna start. I'm excited. I just want to grow again, and just freak people out again. Hit another crazy weight, and then just maybe relax a little bit after, lean out a little bit. But I'm definitely ready again.
Like, you okay with, let's say, going to Chipotle, eating whatever, right? Like pasta or something like that. You're good with that, right?
Yeah. I'll eat Chipotle all day. Yeah. To me that's it's clean. I know people are like fish and asparagus. No. To me, Chipotle is clean because it's got the steak, it's got the rice, it's got the vegetables. It's just the cheese and sour cream that's crap. But like I said, I burn that shit off so fast being this big.
I want to ask you a couple of questions about this year's Olympia and maybe pro bodybuilding. Do you still follow bodybuilding?
I do actually. I'm just not super impressed with it like it used to be back in the day, like in the late '90s and early 2000s. Those were the golden days of bodybuilding. Those were the days where like we were just like so excited for it. Nowadays, it's just kind of like it's cute.
How do you feel about this year's Olympia coming up? Phil Heath
I'm
coming
excited
back?
to see Flex, man. I'm actually I'm friends with Flex. We talk occasion time to time, and I'm excited to see him up there, man, going against everyone, dude. I think he's gonna do some damage.
I feel like he has a chance of actually winning. I mean, because
Absolutely,
he's a great track record.
absolutely. If he brings that conditioning, it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary.
How do you feel about Phil Heath coming back?
I'm not. I don't follow Phil Heath. I don't know anything about him. He blocked me the night he won his last Olympia, so
Oh,
I have no clue. So I couldn't tell you. I don't really care about him at all. I have no clue why. I've never talked anything negative about him ever. and I just noticed that. I heard from a birdie, a very popular birdie, very famous birdie. I won't give names. That it might have been his wife on his phone blocking everybody, but I'll just keep my mouth shut with that. You know what I mean? I just found it really weird. I've never said anything negative. Maybe because back then I was friends with Louis Marco and they were having beef. That's the only thing I could think of. That's it, you know. But other than that, I have no clue why he did that. You know, it was just so strange to me. And it was the night he won Olympia. I'm like, dude, shouldn't you be out celebrating? Like, why are you blocking people? You know?
I'm not sure. That's crazy. But as far as, you know, Flex coming in, and then we have Brandon Curry, and then also
Brandon Curry looks amazing too, man. I love Brandon as well, man. It's going to be a really good show between him and Flex.
How do you feel about Breann Ainsley versus Chris Bumstead? That's actually a good question because classic physique right now is sort of like, you know, it's which look are they going to go with, you think?
Yeah, I mean, they both have won. That's hard, man. I mean, they're both very similar, you know. I feel like Chris kind of has that, like, you know, with the vacuum and, like, you know, the super crazy poses and the pretty boy look. I mean, that's a huge favorite of him. Breann, he's got, you know, the crazier, like, you know, leg and arm ratio look. So that's a hard one, man. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it just comes to that day what the judges want, to be honest with you, you know?
Do you have a preference between them?
Like, which one do I prefer? I mean, I don't really follow it classic as hard as I should. I mean, I'd probably go with Chris, you know. Like I said, they both look amazing, but, you know, Chris, he just has that, like, you know, that beard and, you know, like that, he just has a good look for it, you know what I mean? Notice beard. We have beards.
How do you feel about the fans online always keep asking if Kai should come back, and they always ask him to come back on the stage? Do you feel like it's already getting redundant? People
If who should come back?
Kai Green.
I don't know why he does it, man. I mean, isn't he always like bone dry shredded? I don't
Well,
get.
I think it's for the same. No, it's for the same reason. Why do it if you already have a business? You know, it's training for Olympia takes a lot out of your schedule.
Yeah, no, that's.
It's actually very similar to your story. Similar to what you're doing.
Yeah, no, maybe you're right, but he's got to understand. You know, Phil was gone for a while. He could have snuck in, you know, and got that win, but. I don't know, man. I really don't follow Kai, so I don't really know what's up. You know, I know he's killing it. You know, he's got, you know, a shoe company and a supplement company. So, you know, maybe he should just focus on that for sure. That's what I would do. You know, if you're making the money, why stop? And, you know, because, you know, doing the Olympia has got to be, pretty much probably can't do too much. You know, probably got to be home a lot, make sure you get the meals in and sticking to the regimen, you know. So maybe you're right. Maybe Kai should just stick with what he's doing.
All right, so you've got a coaching business going on, right? You live in Vegas. You're part of Enhanced Supplement Team. What's next?
Yes.
What's next for you? Yeah, what's next for you? What are you working on right now? What's going to be the big next big thing for you?
The next big thing right now is just I'm about to push the clothing line harder. I've been doing the clothing line for a while too. I give it a break just for a little bit to focus on a whole new line. So I'm excited. Yeah, it's kind of like the hardcore. You know, this is one of my older shirts right here. You know, it says "Skinny Get Huge" on the back. Yeah, this is like this is from like 3 years ago. But yeah, I'm just like really excited to get that going. So be on the lookout for that as well, guys. You know, just clothing about, you know, just sticking to the basics, man. Getting huge, having fun. You know.
That's great, man. Well, listen, I want to thank you for this, and I really want to thank you for being a part of the Bigger Exit film. I think it's important.